Hey guys, welcome back to Nikke. In today's video, I want to give you a bit of a guide on the event, the No Caller ID event. Now, I can't be 100% certain on everything because we don't have the hard mode unlocked yet, so we don't know what the actual drops are going to be in that hard mode. But I'll go through what my plan is and some of the basic math around what we know so that you guys can be pointed in the right direction. And basically, my plan is to not overspend on things until we see hard mode, just to see if we get better drops, because it is going to inevitably be harder, but we'll have to wait and see. So anyway, first of all, let's get into the basics. There is no info button on it that explains how everything works, which is a bit frustrating. Normally games have like a info and you can read all the information. They detail how these events work. This one's got nothing, so we're sort of left on our own to figure out how it works. And basically what you have is you have event stages, which you can go ahead and compete through. Now, some of them you can retry, so you can get added ones of these, this sound source, and you can buy extra ones, and you can go repeat through stages. The 4 stages that you can repeat are either going to give you credits, or experience, or the dust. That's pretty much what you're going to get from where's the dust one? I think it's this one. Yeah, or dust. So those are the things that you can go ahead and get from those. And each time you run through, they're going to give you 1 hour's worth. On top of that, you have a chance at a bonus reward. Now you can see your chance at the bonus reward here. The bonus reward when you get it is going to be 50 additional toy signals. Now, if you have Helm, you're going to get more chance of getting those extra 50, and you can see the percentages there. Now, I spoke to someone who said they didn't get the bonus drop in every run that they did, but they had this stacked up to 100%. So I don't know, but the stages are fairly easy for most people, like at least the early stages. So if you're just trying to clear them for the first time, don't worry about these heroes. Just get through it so you can clear them for the missions. But then when you're running it on repeat, because they're fairly low power stages at this stage, you can just basically put all the heroes that you have from this list in and you should be able to clear it. But I wouldn't be going to this shop and buying these extra sound sources yet, unless you want to buy 5 of them to basically clear the first missions, which is what I did, and then you can pick up some summons. But that's the basic gist of it. We're going to be using those cards. The other thing we don't know is if these cards will refresh to being 5 every day, or whether you can only get them from purchasing them. So that's another thing we don't know, and I'm going to wait and see. I'm actually going to leave mine here at 3 left, so I can gauge if the day resets and we get another 5, will it take me to like 8 or 5? Or will it take me to 5 or 5, meaning you've got to leave yourself at 0 at the end of the day? Or will it not refresh any? I'm not too sure, so we can't know that for sure. But that's it. The stage is fairly basic, but like I said, we don't know what's going to be in the hard mode. So even if you want to repeat the stages for the resources, I'm sort of tentative because I'm curious if maybe the hard mode will have better drops, and that's where you want to spend it. Now, when we look over at the missions, I'm going to put some math up on the screen just with my notepad. So basically, from the missions for normal mode, you get 4,000 of this, whatever you call this, the toy signal tower. So if we go over here and we go to the shop, you can see that I've got 4,250. I got 4,000 from missions, and I got 250 from the bonus loot drops from my runs. Now, as we look past that, that was the normal mode. Then when we look at missions for hard mode, you can see it on screen now. The text is so hard to read, but basically you can get another 5,000 from hard mode. Then we go to the shop, because this is where it gets interesting. Now, in the shop, my priority list personally, this is my personal priority list, is going to be getting the select banner tickets first, because my theory is with them is, even if you don't get the hero from these summons, at least you're getting mileage, and there's no other real free-to-play way that we've seen to get them yet, so those are the most important. The high-quality mold are horrible value. This would be the last thing I would buy, because if you look at this, like I said, if you can clear normal and hard mode, you're going to end up with 9,000. If you don't get the molds, you're going to only need 6,760. So basically, free to play, if you just do nothing, you just clear through the general campaign, the normal and hard mode. Now, hard mode will be hard, but we've got 13 days before it's over, so hopefully everyone can get through it. You'll be able to clear out the shop except for the molds, and let's face it, most people are just going to get an SR from this thing anyway. It's not the greatest. But then, so my priority is going to be get the summon tickets, then move on to some of these ones. Now, I've got double Pilgrim in my main team, so I want to get the Pilgrim upgrades here. Then I've got like 4 attackers on my team, so I want to get those. So those are the priority things that I want to buff up. Eventually, I'll get all these, but my priority is going to go get the ones that have the biggest effect on my team, then pick up these resources because that's going to have more of an effect on my power because I can use those resources to keep pushing myself up and breaking limits. Then I'm going to go back and get the rest of these that aren't as important because they're still really cheap. And then once that's all done, then we go ahead and look at the mold if you really want to. But having said that, I still think the mold is severely overpriced, and I'd actually rather use any excess to go ahead and buy either core dust or re-energy, probably the core dust because it does become quite expensive. When you look at spending 4,000 of the currency to just to get one of these things that could be an SR unit, maybe the core dust to be better value. That's a personal preference once again for those that like the gamble or those that don't. But that's what you're looking at. If you want to get everything that's limited in the shop plus the molds, then you are looking at 10,760. So you will have to get some of those bonus drops by repeating stages. Now, like I said, we don't know if these refresh to 5 every day. The shop, I don't think will refresh. So you only get to buy these out once. Now, I actually think these are going to be decent value based on the idea that when we go over into the event. So this is going to be, this one is going to be another personal preference thing. For me, I'll probably buy out all of these things once we see hard mode and once we see what's available in the hard mode and see if the loot is better, because I don't want to use all these on the easy mode and then find out that maybe it's double drops on hard mode, which we don't know yet. But I'm going to personally buy these out because not only are you getting the 50, the whatever chance at the 50 of the currency, so maybe like I'm at like a 50-ish% chance. Not only am I getting that, but for 100 gems, I get 5 of the tickets. And if we go over here into the event and we look at something like this, so for 100 gems, it's basically giving me a guaranteed 5 hours of experience, which isn't too bad for boosting your account. Now, like I said, I'm not going to do it straight away because I want to see and wait and see what the drops are like in hard mode, see if we can get some better drops in hard mode. But 100 gems for 5 hours of experience isn't too bad, but it's not just that, because then on top of that, you'll also be getting, depending on what units you have, maybe you got a 50% bonus drop, maybe you got 40, whatever it is. But for me, I'm around a 50% bonus drop. So that means I would be getting roughly, you know, an additional in 5 runs, maybe I get it dropped twice, so I'd get an extra 100 of those bad boys, which would mean I could also get an extra 20 re-energy or close to an extra 15 core dust per run through as well. So I think the way that balances out isn't too bad, and I think it's decent value if you're someone who wants to prioritize leveling and stuff like that as opposed to just summoning. So that one is up to personal preference. I just wanted to let you know what I'm doing because I think it looks like pretty decent value, because you know when you're stuck and you want to push and then you like wish I had some experience, well, there's a chance to get some. So if you want to buy out all of these things, it's going to cost you, what's that, 4, 6, 900 gems. To me, 900 gems isn't horrible considering how much experience you go ahead and get. So yeah, like I said, that is personal preference, but I will probably buy those out unless I completely missed something in this and I'm being just utterly stupid, which I hope I'm not. So that is pretty much it to the event. Like I said, you want to use your bonus characters to try and get as many of these reward drops as you can. You want to do all the missions, get all those bad boys, and then you want to basically just buy at the shop. It's honestly a pretty nice free-to-play event. Like I said, the molds are just absolute dog shit value, so just skip the molds and you'll just get everything else without even trying. So pretty decent event all in all to me. So let me know what you guys think. Is that what you're going to do? Like, what are you going to prioritize? Don't tell me you're going to prioritize the molds. The molds are just disgusting. Like, that is just disgusting value. That is a definite trap. Do not get it. Anyway, up to you. If you're a summon freak, I know you're going to get it. You're going to get an SR unit, and then you're going to rage. But hey, that is the event. Once the hard mode opens, if anything drastic changes, I'll let you guys know. But like I said, I will probably buy all of those extra run-through things. These bad boys, the sound sources, I'll probably buy them all with gems. However, I'm not going to use them right now. I'm waiting for hard mode to see. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.